Right? Brenda Gurung, she, hers. So I'm going to share 3.5 product ideas that are engagement, connection, conversation starter, sharing ideas. I don't get any benefit from these, no affiliate link or anything. These are just products that I enjoy and use. So number one, it's the moth storytelling. These are conversation prompts from if you've ever heard the radio program, The Moth. And so they're just simple playing cards with a prompt. So you may find this one may be more applicable for individuals in the early to mid stage of the journey. But for example, tell us about a time you went back to your roots. So these are just a set of really lovely, thoughtful, intentional, connective prompts. The next one I have is Ann Basting's Creative Care Imagination Kit. And if you haven't seen Ann Basting's TED Talk or her book Creative Care, both are so good. Her TED Talk, she talks about beautiful questions. So these are questions, how I would describe them, questions that wherever your person is at in their journey or their abilities, they can participate. So another way to think of it is some of these questions can be answered verbally with language, and other questions can be answered with actions or emotions. And so they're these beautiful conversation prompts. And these cards are like well designed, so large, easy to read. So this example is, if you could share a meal with anyone in the world, who would you invite? This one, how do you teach someone to laugh? There's one that's like, what are the sounds of your neighborhood? There are also some visual prompts, these awesome black and white photos that just seem to invite reaction, maybe feeling of another time, maybe reminiscence, etc. So this is awesome. Then the last, or the number 3.5, is the We See game. And this one I absolutely love. This is a failure-free game with beautiful photos. And some things may be clear to us what they are. This is a close-up of a flower. But other things may be less clear. So I think this is the sign on the walk, on the signal at the intersection. And so you can use We See a number of ways. At its simplest, you can use it as almost like a dominoes or a sharing or a connection game. So if I put out this image, which is a pink flower with the petals, you'll put out a card that you think is similar to this. So it could be another flower, if that's what you see or if that's what resonates with you. It could be another flower. It could be a color or shape that is similar to that. So for example, the purple flower or pink purple flower and the pink purple onions. It could be, there's no wrong way to do this or card to put down. So it's a way that you can connect. And I also like with We See, it helps you to kind of see into your person of how they might be perceiving things. So those are a few different ideas. I'll say one more thing. I mentioned reminiscence a moment ago, and we'll probably do a video on that specifically as well. But reminiscence is a great tool to connect and interact with our person, especially when our person has impacted short-term memory. So maybe they're not able to remember recent things, but maybe they can remember things from the past. And if your person is kind of like more emotionally rooted or grounded at an earlier time in their life. So I may not ask, hey, what did you do yesterday? Or what did you have for lunch? Or did you enjoy the trip or whatever? I may not ask those questions that are based on recent memory, but I may ask reminiscence questions. So prompts that help my person to rely on the thoughts and memories of feelings that are still maintained. So A couple ones that I will use often, and these will often work even if I don't know the person or if I'm just meeting them, or if I'm reconnecting with them. So I might say, tell me about where you grew up. And they might say something, and then I'll just start to ask more questions. Not like super detailed questions, but was it a big town or was it rural? Was it loud or quiet? Kind of these either or questions can also often start to draw someone out and help with their memory and the details. What was your favorite thing about growing up there? How did it feel? What was your favorite season? Those sorts of like draw out questions. So reminiscence can be an awesome tool. Another way to use reminiscence, I'm thinking about, I don't know if they still meet. There used to be a group in St. Louis, and St. Louis is a big Cardinals, the baseball team, a big Cardinals town. And so there used to be a group of people living with dementia who would meet to reminisce about the Cardinals. And so somebody who enjoys the Cardinals or whatever their team is, may enjoy watching that today, but it may be more emotionally grounding or more spark more memories if we focus on the earlier stuff. So I hope that's helpful. Thanks so much.